He'll want to get to know you in your entirety. What's this girl like? She's so intriguing. Whoa, I better not move around. What's she like as a daughter? What's she like as a sister? You know, is she all sweet to me when we're alone, and when she's around her brother, she's an absolute... Anyway, what's this girl like as a friend? What's she like as a Christian? What's she like as a niece? What's she like as a cousin? What's this girl that I'm falling in love with like as a coworker or amongst her classmates? He'll want to get to know you in your entirety because you amaze him. A bad guy, on the other hand, will want to get you alone. He'll want to keep you all to himself. He'll want to isolate you from others. Why? 2 reasons again. Number 1, his intentions toward you are not noble. So the less people that can trace the origin of the crime, the better. Number 2, he'll only want to get to know you partially. He'll only want to get to know you insofar as you meet his needs or insofar as you do what he wants you to do. I'm sure that most of you have heard this saying, men play at love to get sex, while women play at sex to get love. And there's some truth to it. There's usually a nugget of truth to all sayings, or they wouldn't be remembered. But I want to clarify it further. I'm going to clarify it. I'm going to say this. Bad men play at love to get sex, while women who are doors play at sex to get love. And I should add, men can be doors too. In fact, the greatest tragedy of Song of Songs is that this husband who's madly in love with this woman becomes unfaithful over time, and he marries many other women, and he lets his heart go astray, and he becomes one of the biggest doors in history. Men can be doors too. So I want to encourage all of you young people here this morning to just be patient. Be patient. Don't settle. Girls, you got to believe. I'm telling you, there are good guys out there. Guys of integrity. And you don't need to settle for anything less. And guys, in case you're wondering, there are good girls out there. Girls of integrity. So don't settle for anything less. Well, as I've already told you, the woman gets the final word in this book. And in this chapter, in verse 14, the final verse of the chapter, the wife speaks to her husband, and she says, "Come away, my lover, and be like a gazelle, or like a young stag." Modern stag translation is stud. Or like a young stud on the spice-laden mountains. And essentially she's saying, as a young girl, I made a decision to be a wall. As a teenager, I renewed my decision to be a wall. And I surrounded myself with supportive friends who would watch out for me and my best interests, such that if any man ever wanted me for his own, he'd have to work hard to get access to me. He'd have to get to know me in the context of community. And when I thought I found the right man, I made sure that my brothers approved of him. I wish I had a dad, but I also made sure that my mother approved of him. And now that I and my beloved are married, we can finally enjoy God's gift to husbands and wives, sexual intimacy, as He meant for it to be enjoyed in the context of marriage. Young people, the decisions you make from childhood on can greatly affect who you ultimately marry and what kind of freedom, and I'm going to use the word sexual freedom, that you enjoy in that marriage. And I hope you make wise choices so that you can enjoy the greatest freedom of all. When you finally write that good woman, or you meet that good man. Dads, if like me you have a daughter, you know that there is no greater treasure. I have a daughter, Alika, and it's a good thing I can't see in there to see if she's here right now. But she does for me what no other single person on the face of this earth could do. She brings more joy into my life than I thought any one person could bring. I can't imagine my life without my daughter. I'm blessed to have a son too, and I love him too. He's my boy. But dads and daughters have a relationship that people who are not dads or daughters can't fathom. You can't get it. I'm not going to even talk about it. So I want to get really specific with you dads for a couple of minutes, and then I'll finish up the way the Song of Songs finishes up by giving the woman the final word. I asked my daughter Alika to record some thoughts that she's going to share through me with you. Dads, your home is a classroom where class is always in session. More gets caught than taught. Dads, your daughters are watching you all the time. And how you treat your spouse sets a precedent for how your daughter will permit herself to be treated by men. Boys, fiancés, husbands. Dads, what you substantiate as normalcy in your home has a huge impact on what your daughter accepts as normal in her home one day. One of the best things a little girl can have is a dad who walks with Jesus and who is actively involved in his local church. Why? Walk outside of Christianity, and there isn't much encouragement for dads or men in general to be selfless and to give up some hobbies, in order to be generous with their families, with their time, and their money. Walk outside of Christianity, and there isn't much encouragement for men to be chaste before marriage or faithful after marriage. But those are core values that are taught and encouraged in this Church of Jesus Christ at River City Church. So dads and fathers-to-be, some of you are not like the brothers in the Song of Songs. You've not defended, protected, or cherished women. You've looked for women who are doors. You've knocked or kicked them in, and you've taken advantage. And you need to repent of that using a similar prayer to the one that I shared with you earlier. You need to commit to God from this point forward to love, honor, and cherish one woman, and with that one woman to raise children who will love Jesus. 40% of children in Canada will go to bed tonight without a dad around. Too many girls don't have a dad, where the dad they have is a drunk, an addict, a porn guy. Too many girls have a dad who's violent, an abuser, a molester. And it's something to weep about. At River City Church, we want all young boys and all young girls to have Christian dads. It's part of the mission of this church, people. It's a huge part of our mission. Well, we're about out of time, and this topic, as you can tell, is near to my heart. But dads, I want to just reiterate, your house is a classroom. And your daughters are listening to you all the time, even when they pretend they're tuning you out. Right? I got a daughter heading into... I won't say anything. I'll keep going.